Today's summit marks a new initiative for the U.S. Chamber of Commerce focused on housing and how we build for growth.
Wherever you are, all across the country, urban areas, rural areas, is that we don't have enough affordable housing.
We are short about 4.7 million homes, with estimates even up to 8 million. And last year we only built 1.3 million. If we keep going at this rate, we're never going to close the supply gap.
The state of the housing market is not very good. We've got multiple problems on multiple levels. The first is being a shortage.
And when we have such a constrained supply, we see prices go up. And this impacts affordability for real working households and families across the country.
Businesses are feeling their inability to attract and retain the talent they need to grow in the places that they want to grow. And so we're stepping in because the time is right.
This is 100% a business issue. Housing is part of your business plan, because if your workers do not have a place to live within a reasonable commute, they're not going to be working for you, and you're going to have a labor shortage.
Companies that are seeking to expand, or for parts of regions of the country that are seeking to attract new kind of growth, new kind of business growth, things could honestly just break. We need to find ways, and so that we can be thinking at the same time about how do I do business growth as well as how do I do housing growth.
What we see in Nebraska is that businesses, especially in small towns, will offer jobs to people. They'll come to the community, but they won't be able to find a home, so they turn the job offer down. And that really harms the ability of those businesses in small towns to be able to grow.
And the number one barrier to recruiting more businesses that want to locate in our state is the availability of housing for their workers.
Two major companies in Rhode Island, one wanted to expand, one wanted to relocate to Rhode Island. Both said no because there was not enough affordable housing stock for their current employees and future employees.
And housing costs have really been inflated over the last 4 or 5 years, to the point where, some people are paying almost 100% more.
Well, if we don't solve the issue, then home prices are going to keep rising. People are going to keep being priced out of their communities. And ultimately, we limit the amount of growth and dynamism that we experience as a country.
Homeownership is the way that most people in this country build generational wealth. And they do that by building equity. And it's really tough to build equity and build wealth when you don't own anything.
They're also going to potentially lose out on some of the milestones that generally come with that, right? Family formation, marriage, all of those things, which could have real long-term impacts for the U.S. economy.
To help communities respond to the housing challenge, the U.S. Chamber partnered with the AEI Housing Center to develop strong foundations.
They analyzed over 6,000 localities. It diagnoses the challenge of these areas, of these municipalities, but then offers data to support the solutions.
It's a first-of-its-kind resource that details data-informed solutions and localized strategies for thousands of jurisdictions across the country.
We have in the playbook, if you implement them correctly, the country as a whole could be building, by our estimates, 1.6 million additional housing units each year. So there's a shortage of 6 million housing units. Over the span of 5 years to a decade, you could significantly chip away at this housing shortage. And of course, it's also important to remember this housing shortage has been decades in the making. So, we're not going to be solving it overnight.
Housing is infrastructure. It needs to be treated like we treat repairing bridges, repairing roads, high-speed internet. It is essential to the workforce. It's essential to everyday life. You can't live without it.
This event marks the start of the U.S. Chamber's involvement in housing policy. And from here, we'll be leading a larger concerted effort around housing policy. We'll be forming a new member working group where our members can engage and set the direction for where we're going the rest of this year and into 2026. And so we are excited to jump in and continue building for growth.